What the business, YouTube, episode 30. My name's Jay Florida, and today's career of discussion is a drive instructor. So, what is a drive instructor? A drive instructor is a licensed professional who teaches people how to operate a motor vehicle safely and legally, providing both theoretical knowledge and practical behind the wheel training. They prepare students for driving tests focusing on traffic laws, defensive driving, and vehicle control, often using dual control cars to ensure safety. Now, to give you a piece of history, driving instructors have been around for over 120 years, with the earliest formal driving lessons dating back to June of 1900 in Britain. Formalized widespread driver education in schools began later, with the first high school programs in the U.S. established around 1933 to 1934 by Professor Amos Nehart in Pennsylvania. A few basic requirements to becoming a drive instructor include completing a background check, having a clean driving record, the completion of a 32-hour driving instructor training course or equivalent, and meeting the minimum age requirement of 21 years or older. Now, all of this can cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 when considering training, certifications, and licensing fees, and take you anywhere from 6 to 18 months. As far as your range, as an entry-level drive instructor, you can expect to make $35,000 to $40,000, with a few things affecting how much you take home being licensing and state certifications, employment type such as independent or franchise owner, instruction type such as Class E or CDL, and your location. A day in life as a drive instructor can be described as scheduling and timekeeping, de-escalating situations, constant alertness, patience, grading, and instructing. As far as opportunity, there aren't any gates keeping anybody from becoming a drive instructor if they choose to do so, and for that reason, the drive instructor does score green. As far as examples, we are actually short a list since this is not a career that does fame or notoriety. But if you're wanting more information on what it's like to be a driving instructor or even how to become a drive instructor, you can have that conversation with your local drive instructor the next time you find yourself at your local DMV. Moving on to our fact moment segment of this episode, starting off with fact number 1. Washington, D.C. has the fewest amount of registered vehicles as of recording. Fact number 2. According to the Federal Highway Administration, approximately 40% of all crashes occur at intersections, with left turns being 3 times more deadly than right turns. And fact number 3, Mississippi has had the highest number of fatal car crashes per capita since 2013, averaging 26 fatal car crashes per 100,000 residents. And for our last segment, before we move on to the circle of influence, we have health risks and mitigation, starting off with musculoskeletal and cardiovascular disorders due to extended periods of sitting in traffic, fatigue and burnout from high-stress situations such as near misses, physical injuries as a result of crashing, and road rage aggression from drivers. As far as mitigation, you can maintain a physically active lifestyle outside of work and prep lunch to avoid frivolous dieting, road surveillance and pedal control to avoid accidents, and student driver stickers to alert traffic of awkward driving. Now that does it for our primary segment. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor to my co-host for the circle of influence. What the business, YouTube? How we hanging? All right. Starting off the circle of influence. If you don't know, actually, it's a small compilation of statistics and ideas that may influence a person into or away from pursuing a certain career or position. Now, starting off the list, we have respect. Is this a career or position that brings me respect and dignity? For this segment, the drive instructor does score green. As a drive instructor, it is your position to equip drivers with the necessary skills they need to avoid fatal incidents. Moving on, we have growth. Is this a career or position that presents me with the opportunity to grow from a $100,000 earning threshold? For this segment, the drive instructor does score red, with sources online maxing the drive instructor out at $70,000 to $100,000 per year. Next, we have gore. Is this a career or position that will have me dealing with an abundance of blood, violent action, grotesque imagery, or scenery? For this segment, the drive instructor does score green, as in no, you will not be dealing with any of the mentioned before. And for our last ideological standpoint, we have moral conflict. Is this a career or position that will have me compromise any of my foreseeable morals? Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't kill. The basic set of guidelines. Now for this segment, the drive instructor does score green. Moving on to the statistical side of things, we have gender demographics, where men make up 70% of the industry and women make up 30% of the industry. Next, we have ethnic demographics, where Caucasians make up 61% of the industry, Hispanics make up 16% of the industry, and African Americans make up 11% of the industry. For our last statistical standpoint, we have location demographics. Top paying states, no particular order, starting off with Delaware, followed by New Jersey and California. We also have Rhode Island, and closing things off with Wisconsin. Now that does it for the circle of influence. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor back to Florida. I'm back just to put the drive instructor in a summary. You don't have so much room to spread your wings and grow from that $100,000 earning threshold. However, you can still bring home a pretty penny, making a full-blown career out of it or using it as a stepping stone to get you into a better paying related field. And as far as investment, it doesn't require as much, especially when compared to other careers. And, not everybody is cut out for long hours in a confined cabin, driving around all day. But some aspects do make it some other people's dream job. So I just give you the information. You do with it what you will. With that being said, it does look like we have a full episode here today. The word of the day is disillusioned. Self-help resources on the board. As always, I'll leave it down in the description. And to show your support, if you want to see this kind of content more often, make sure to comment, like, or subscribe. And I'll see you guys on episode 31.